That said, let's go ahead and get to the next game. We're going to have Bisu versus Caliber. Bisu is your Protoss player in the bottom left-hand location. The color of heart and roses. But in the top right-hand location, we have the pink Protoss player, Caliber. I'm doing your observing. Yeah. Oh, kind of screwed that up. Hold on. Alright, enough of that. Yeah, we're at the halfway point. Hope you guys are having a good time. Shout out to those guys who are watching this on their big screen. Maybe if I wave, y'all can see me waving. Yeah, this is me. I'm Axeltoss. I am the Dark Shadow Templar today because it's the sun or something, and glares and windows and reflections and lights. I don't know why it's happening, but it's happening. I apologize. Y'all don't want to see me anyway. It's kind of a mysterious thing. Actually, I don't know. Whatever. Ooh, Caliber opening up with a forge. I have a feeling this might be a quick game. So this is Bisu afternoon. Bisu afternoon, yeah. Started about an hour ago. Casting Bisu replays. Caliber setting 2 probes here. Let's see what Bisu ends up doing. Let's go to Bisu's point of view. I'll pretend this isn't happening. Bisu's putting a wow, such an interesting place to put a pylon. I'm trying to understand. I guess if you're getting forget, you just completely wall off. There also might be history here, as far as they just played once and Caliber tried to proxy. Oh, here comes Caliber. Let's see how Bisu reacts. There's 2 pylons. Does that completely wall in? I think it might. Wow. Okay, you Protoss players, now you know where to place those pylons. Caliber, pretty nice build here. Get to add on some cannons. The forge is done. I kind of want to pay complete attention to this. You got 1 cannon, 2 pylons going down. Get to add another pylon here once this one dies. Okay, adding another cannon and then a pylon here. Ideally, gonna try to middle walk. You can build a pylon, but this zealot is gonna start targeting down this cannon. And this cannon is definitely gonna die. But the probe is still alive, so look out for that. The cannon is gonna complete here. Needs to target fire down that zealot. Caliber gonna try to add on some more cannons. They're adding on 3 more cannons. This cannon in behind the middle line, taking down the zealot, taking down a few probes, and the cannon is eventually gonna die. Yes, it will die. 3 cannons still alive. Bisu targeting down 1 with 4 probes, another with his zealot. Has another zealot in production added on his own forge, interestingly enough. There's a number of different responses you can have. And Caliber's going to cancel that one. He's cancel that one. This one's going to survive, but only going to kill 2 probes. Wow. Bisu with a great job here. However, let's look at some stuff. Bisu's behind in Harvester, 17 to 12. But he is ahead in tech. Starting that cyber core. Let's see how he transitions from here, because that's something I always have a problem with, is when I get cannon rushed, and maybe you guys in the chat have problems with this too, but no one in the chat is chatting, which makes me sad. Yeah, like when you get cannon rushed, like you can't really know how far ahead you are. It's very hard to estimate. General idea, though, it seems like, is obviously they built to forge a lot of cannons, so their gateway is probably going to be behind yours, so, but their economy is probably better. So you kind of have to, I feel like you have to kind of take advantage of what the good things are as far as your advancement in tech. So if I'm BC, I'm prioritizing the addition of tech here, getting my cyber core down fast and getting that orb gate started right away. And Caliber, building the cyber core, probably going to add on a cannon if necessary. Now, Daybreak's a pretty good map for cannon rushing because of that pylon thing. Caliber just, I have to remember that. So here, right here, completely close it in. Like honestly, right when you see this probe coming from the left, you should already pull your probes. You should already be pulling your probes. That's so important. Oh, Mr. Caliber. Proxy Robo. Let's see what he does from here. Zealot sneaking his way into the main mineral line. Caliber going to be just fine though. Has 2 zealots there. Not even adding a cannon. Feeling very comfortable and confident. But here comes Bisu with a stalker, and that could be annoying. Gotta be careful coming out that ramp though. Gonna poke up and back away. Complete wall off here from Caliber. Turn around the zealots, trying to target fire down that stalker. Let's see what the Robo's gonna do. Is he an immortal, a warp prism? Probably a warp prism, right? Maybe an immortal. Yeah, there's the warp prism. Alright, behind this Bisu, adding on 2 gateways and a Robo. I wonder how vulnerable he is here. Is this a 4-gate with a warp prism? Caliber is fine on harvesters. And Bisu's build is not completely optimized considering warp gate has been done a while and these gateways aren't warp gates. Only has a sentry, gonna be building an immortal. I like that choice. So he sees this pylon. Ooh, I don't know if I like that from Caliber. That's interesting to think about. Because if he had just pretended that he's not being aggressive and staying defensive, then Bisu like just wouldn't necessarily build an immortal here and build an observer, which would give him more time. Oh, Bisu saw the 4 gates. Okay, doesn't matter. He saw the 4 gates. Uh-oh. Here comes the warp prism. 4 zealots into the main base of Bisu here from Caliber. Bisu backing up with 2 stalkers, a zealot, keeping a sentry by that ramp, trying to force shield, but not able to get there in time. Caliber trying to make this work. He's ahead in supply, warping in more and more units. Goodbye, mineral line. Meanwhile, the mineral line of Caliber is just fine. But Bisu has an immortal, so he has to be perfect with his micro. Now, look at that. Actually keeping a lot of probes alive. Never mind. 23 workers killed throughout this game. Not bad at all. But the good news is, I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance. No, the good news here is the War Prism's gone. Bisu's still ahead in tech. 2 immortals now joining the fray. Bisu can probably guess that this Robo is proxied, considering the direction of the War Prism. Inevitably going to be scouting down there. Now we see a Robo Bay here from Caliber. Going to be going into velocity production, I would presume. Or maybe War Prism speed. And try to make something happen with that. But the fact that his War Prism has already been revealed, I think that'd be very awkward indeed. Ooh, I kind of like this. Bisu's building a War Prism. No, the problem with PvP is, like, if your opponent builds a War Prism, like, is it really worth it getting a Stargate and Phoenixes? That's hard justification to make. Is he gonna load these up? He's gonna go across the map. But now that I'm now that I'm theory crafting, building a War Prism for the sole purpose of following this guy around, I wonder if that's worth it. Why wouldn't you build an observer to follow it around? Good question. An observer can't fight. If you put 2 stalkers in a War Prism, then that could get really interesting. I don't know, stuff to think about. Bisu coming into the main base of Caliber. Going to be seeing this Robo Bay, dropping the Immortals here. Let's see what he targets. Probes or the Robo Bay? Pylon. And should be picking up a Canadian. 1 sentry going to try to tickle that War Prism to death. Probably not going to work out. War Prism going to meander over to the natural expansion. Now, Caliber is saving up gas here to keep up the Colossi production. And he's going to go straight into Stargate. Where'd he put it? Did he proxy it? Okay, nice macro here from Bisu. Trying to kill some stuff. Now he can just go straight to the high ground again, and Caliber, this wall is going to start hurting him because he has to walk through it every single time. Colossus getting over eager. And Bisu's going to back away. Let's go to Bisu Cam, see what's up. Looks like he's going to add on a robotics bay. And he's not yet spotted the Stargate from his opponent. So that's relatively worrying from a Bisu standpoint. The good news is he'll probably spot this robo at the bottom, and I think that's the robo that's building the Colossus, hysterically enough. Let's check on that for a second. Yeah, I think it has been. There's no other explanation. Yeah, he's gonna spot this Robo. The pylon's gonna die. The Robo is going to die. So Caliber's gonna have to rebuild that, or he's just gonna go straight into Stargate units. I don't think he has a Nexus yet, a natural Nexus. No, no Nexus, no natural Nexus here. For Mr. Caliber. So let's see if Bisu decides to go for some sort of one-base push. I mean, he knows he killed his opponent's Robo. So Colossi push would be very strong, but he doesn't know about this Phoenix transition. However, Caliber's on one base, so how many Phoenixes can he really get out? And then how effective can it actually be? Definitely something worth keeping an eye on. Now, if we look at the actual anti-air here from Bisu, he knew about that War Prism, so naturally he's going to have some Stalkers on the field, so he's already going to have some defenses in place to potentially deal with the Phoenixes. And now he sees the Phoenixes, and if Caliber can kill this War Prism, I think that makes it, yeah, that War Prism's going to die. Goodbye, Immortals. Wow. It's actually a really cool play from Caliber. And Bisu has to come rescue these two Immortals. He has to at least try. But he doesn't have much that shoots up. Goodbye, Immortals. Wow. Look at all those units from Caliber. That was really cool play from Caliber. I really like that. You see the War Prism, you go Stargate immediately. Of course, you have to make sure they don't scout the Stargate, because if they scout the Stargate, you're done. And, Bisu did make an Observer. That's what I'm, like, intrigued about Bisu, but Bisu never actually saw the Phoenixes with that Observer. And if he saw the Phoenixes with the Observer, he wouldn't have sent his War Prism over there. But here we go, Caliber's going to try to be aggressive, using the Colossus to crush the Force Field, at least attempt to. Bisu desperately trying to make a stand on his high ground. The Colossi are vulnerable to the Phoenixes, and there is the Zealot Warpin from behind. How is Bisu going to win this? Stalker's trying to target fire down those Zealots, getting a lot of damage done though. One Immortal here, one Colossus is gone. Colossus from Caliber is still alive, has an Immortal, 4 Stalkers. The Zealots are even targeting down probes, and the next, I don't know what Bisu does here, and there's the GG. So Bisu actually loses that game to Caliber. Wow. It's actually a really cool play from Caliber. Alright guys, that concludes that game. Coming up, we got Bisu versus Chef. Of course, we're watching some never-before-seen replays from the Major League Gaming versus Pro League Invitational. We'll be back after a quick break. Don't go anywhere.